Alright, I am TJ for Law here with Mr. Edwards, the band director for Columbia High School Wildcats. Mr. Edwards, how long have you been working here, being the band director?
This is 28 years that I've been band director and choir director.
How you feel? What do you think about that?
I think we've had a lot of good accomplishments. We've won some trophies. We've had great experiences. We've had losses. And each year it's a little different with the student body and the personalities and things like that, and the staff and administration make a big difference. Had many principals, superintendents, such as that.
How big has the change been?
A huge change. When I first started, only office personnel had computers. The first computer lab was next door here, so you can imagine 25 sixth graders learning how to do computers, and we got 35 to 38 band members preparing a marching band competition. It was quite tough for that instructor to teach in that computer lab, and when we got that computer lab, we had one dial-up line for the whole campus, and you were lucky to get online at that time. Of course, there weren't a lot of things online at that particular time either, but it was still fun when you heard that thing, ding dong ding dong ding, just yes, I'm online.
Yeah.
And then you know, now what we're gonna do, you know. But and so now you got all this technology. Your phones do everything. We didn't have cell phones. We had what they call bricks, great big gray things, had the antenna stuff on. The rich folks had those. In the county here in Terrell County, you had, if you had a satellite dish, it was a great big black one, and only people with money had those. Only people who had cable were people in town in Bulls Bay. And now if you look at in the county, there's a satellite dish, sometimes 3 or 4 of them at about every house. And everybody's got to run around with a phone. You got instant information right at the palm of your hands. You had to go to the card catalog to research something. You had to go to the library in town, and you had to go to the great big old wooden case and go alphabetically and look through the cards and then go trace it down. You had to write it down on a piece of paper, the book number or where it's located or whatever, and then walk over and get the book, research, encyclopedias, and now you got all that right there.
So it was a lot back then, huh?
It's a big change. Technology, huge.
Has it increased members or since?
We've decreased from the 90s. We went from about 55 marching band folks and about 45 classroom down to 20 marching folks, and but our numbers are still good. We still have 30 some in class band.
That's good. That's good. What's the difference between class band and marching band?
Well, class band, of course, you're in a controlled environment. You're sitting in seats. Mostly, you have the music sitting in front of you with a stand, and you play concert tunes. Marching is you are moving, and you have these little music stands that fit on your instrument if you haven't had it memorized, and you move. You're primarily outdoors.
What are some of the roles for marching band that a student has to?
Student, you can have, you can be a student leader. You can be the drum major, who is the main student leader. And then within each section, trumpets, wood, or you can do brass, woodwind, percussion. Each one of those sections have a sectional leader, and the band director is in contact with the drum major, and the drum major is the band director's voice. If they are at another location, the drum major instructs the sectional leaders what we need to do and stuff like that. And our kids understand that if a drum major tells you something, that it came from me. So you got to have that respect for that leader, and that drum major's got to have leadership ability.
Of course. So how does marching band shape a student? How does?
You got to have discipline.
Yeah.
I think that's one of the reasons our numbers have gone down. Is you got to get up, you got to move, you got to be outside in the rain, you got to be outside in the sun, the hot, the cold.
Yeah.
You got to hold an instrument, you got to cooperate with others around you to create a musical product.
And this is for marching band, correct?
Marching, yeah. You got you're on a great big football field and you got people watching you. If we go to competition, then you got judges up there judging on what you do, and you got to put everything in sync, and that takes practice and it takes hard work, and but it's rewarding.
Yes.
We come home and your name is called and you got trophies when you bring them home. That makes everything worth it.
It does, doesn't it? So what does marching band offer then? I understand practice can be difficult and schoolwork and all that stuff, but what's some good things about marching band?
Well, to me, the big thing is discipline. You've got to learn to, if you hurt, get over it. If you're thirsty, get over it. If someone's getting on your nerves, you got to get over it. You got a job to do. That you leave that on the sidelines, and we'll take care of that later. But during practice and rehearsal performances, you've got to put all that away and concentrate on what you're doing as far as your performance and part of the crowd. It also teaches you relations, because you're in the public eye and people are going to talk to you. People are going to yell at you in parades, whether it be good or bad, and we've had both. You've got to learn how to ignore that, especially like when I was in high school, I was on the end of a line and we were playing. A little kid decided he wanted to put his lollipop on my leg, and so I marched half the parade with a lollipop on the bottom of my hand. I couldn't touch it. I had to keep going. Yeah.
That's crazy. What does marching band members get offered that concert band doesn't, classroom band?
Marching band goes on more trips than concert band.
Yeah? How are the trips?
Pretty good. For the last 10 years, we have taken students to competitions, different parades. They eat for free. We feed them. We've taken them laser tag. We've taken them to the movies, taken them bowling. We get to stay in $1 million houses in Nag's Head for free. And so they get those experiences. They get to see other band programs, other kids, socialize with other band people that are doing the same thing they're doing, and they see how much they're alike, and maybe see some other differences that their band program has versus ours.
Okay. All right. So, let me think here. That covers just about everything. If you were to say anything to upcoming marching band students, what would you say to them?
Marching band's fun. It takes you places. Again.
Would you recommend?
Oh yeah, I recommend try it. It's not for everybody. I've had some really good players that were in concert band, and they just did not want to be in marching band.
Yeah.
And I said, okay, that's fine as long as you're in band. They said, I just want to sit and play my instrument. I don't want to go out there. I don't want to go to Friday night games. I don't want to do it. And you go, okay, that's fine as long as you got that horn in your hand and you're still playing.
Okay, all right.
But it's quite an experience. The places I have been personally, I've been halfway across the United States, as far as north as Canada, as far as south as the Bahamas. I've been to Europe. I've taken cruise ships, played on cruise boats, played in Busch Stadium, in St. Louis. I've been to the streets of New York on parades. I've been a lot of places. Music has taken me many, many places. I started off doing athletics, and I was pretty good, small and stuff. And then about ninth grade, things started changing. I started getting pretty good at this music thing. The athletics, not so good. So I put athletics on the back burner and started doing music, and it's paid off. It pays the bills.
Yeah.
And memories, lots of memories.
That's good. What about colleges and marching band? Do colleges?
College marching band is fun. They're not quite as competitive as far as what we do. They do more of an entertaining show, most of them now. So it's not quite as much pressure. They'll do 3 or 4 shows as football season, so they're doing different songs, different moves. But college is a totally different thing. Those kids that are there, they want to be there. Some of them get scholarships, some of them,
Yeah.
most are not. But you have music majors and you have non-music majors, and they all come together because they just want to play. And it was East Carolina Marching Pirates for me was absolutely fantastic. I loved it. Drum
That's
corps
good.
was fantastic. There's nothing better than performing with the Spirit of Atlanta Drum and Bugle Corps and traveling the United States with those guys. Those guys were my family, and we still keep in contact with Facebook and Instagram and all that.
That's good.
So it builds lifelong friendships, just like athletics, just like
And marching band can be used to help you through a lot of life.
it helps you because again, I'll say it again, that discipline. You know, you've got to practice. You've got to get this. You've got to get this paper written. You've got to study for this test. You've got to get this lab done. You've got to, and it goes into your regular life too.
Yeah.
You know, you got, hey, I got to sit down and write the bills. Yeah, I've got to get this done. I got to. Someone's counted on me to do this. I've got to do so and so. You can't procrastinate. You know, on a lot of stuff. You got to just go ahead and get it done. And like athletics, music has taught me that. Keep yourself busy, not too busy, but busy, and you'll find out that you'll accomplish more by keeping busy than you will if you don't have anything to do.
You're right.
You will procrastinate.
Well, thank you for your time, Mr. Edwards. I
No
really
problem.
appreciate it.
Have a good one.